Welcome to the Real Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by
the Resilience DoctHers,
Dr. Sheikah Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL resilient framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
The Resilience DoctHers.
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water, succinctly creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Resilience DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with
the Resilience
describe them as
DoctHers
an excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
Great Saturday, everyone. It is Super Saturday. Welcome to episode 254 of the Real Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Resilience DoctHers. I'm Dr. Sheikah Houston.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Dr. Tammy Taylor. We are very excited to continue our Synergy Lab series because, once again, today's topic impacts every leadership team, every POC, every grade level team, every department, and every organization.
Absolutely. And as we do each week, we would love for you to tell us what has kept you resilient in the work this week. I can definitely tell you the SCASA conference and seeing Principal Kafele, Eric Thomas, and all of the other presenters is definitely something that kept me resilient. So let us know what kept you resilient in the work this week. And if you're new to the platform, you may be wondering, who are the Resilience DoctHers?
And we're very glad that you asked because we are best-selling authors, children book authors, award-winning educators, speakers, and school improvement practitioners who, along with our amazing school leadership teams, transformed our schools after improving report card ratings 2 and 3 levels in just a single year.
Absolutely. And after we raised our report cards 2 and 3 levels in 1 year, people started to ask, what did you do differently? And that led to the development of our REAL framework. And that acronym is REAL with 2 L's. It stands for respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership. And as senior staff developers for Create and Educate, we help schools improve their instruction, their cultures and climates, that leadership portion as well. But one of the greatest lessons that we learned in the process is that schools don't improve because individuals work harder. Schools improve when teams work better together. And that has led to the creation of the Synergy Lab. So the Synergy Lab helps to strengthen self awareness, team awareness, generational awareness, emotional triggers, because when people understand themselves and one another, collaboration becomes intentional instead of accidental.
Yes, and this is work that we enjoy doing and work that we have seen that is transformational no matter the group. So if you cannot bring us in, just keep tuning in to the Real Academy each Saturday morning, where we have impacted over 300,000 educators and approximately 7 million students through our free Fantastic Four professional development, which starts off each Super Saturday with Principal Sean Hurt at 10 a.m. And he was on this morning and doing his thing. Hey, Principal Hurt. And then we follow, of course, in the Real Academy at 10:30, Shika and I. And then at 11 a.m., we are followed by the Leaders Mentor and the GOAT and the AP and New Principals Academy with Principal Kafele. And then things get rounded off on Super Sensational Sunday with Dr. Mari Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar, who rounds off our Super Saturday Sensational Sunday Fantastic Four each week.
Absolutely. And as our brother in the work, Josh has stated already, if you haven't shared, he has shared. So please share, like, subscribe, send the stars, make the comments as you all are. Do all of the things that the platforms do. And we say please and thank you. So just a few quick announcements. As I already stated, the SCASA conference was phenomenal. This was the team that I presented with behind the discipline decision. Everybody did a great job, great response to this is our hearing officers team. So just looking behind what goes into that and what matters. A lot of wonderful people we got to meet and came to the session. Um, at the Juneteenth festival that Tammy and I attended last week, lots of people were interested in Amir's Awakening. So if you have not purchased Amir's Awakening, please do. And one of the highlights that I posted of the conference was, of course, going to the Game Changer session where Principal Kafele was the speaker and he's always on fire. And then the ending where Eric Thomas brought us all home. So all of
Um,
it was a great session.
well, I'm glad y'all had a good time. I didn't know Sid was presenting. Hey, Sid.
Mhm. Yep, he sure did. This is the second time we've done this one. The first one was at the School Board
Okay,
Association.
yeah, I remember he would. I know y'all were doing a panel or something one time, but
Mhm. Yep, it's
yeah.
the same panel.
Gotcha.
Yep. And if you have not looked into Elizabeth Nelson, this says that I've lost 18 pounds, but it's actually 20 now. So check out that page if you're interested in getting ready for the summer. So if we could help me, I think we don't have any. I think I got most of the comments, Tammy, but
Yeah, I looked and there isn't anything left.
okay, perfect. So that brings us to the shout outs, which I forgot to do. So thank you all for joining us.
Okay. What
Rashard
is funny?
Davis, okay, from Las Vegas. We appreciate you, Coach Dot McKeever Jeter, and the promoter of all of the platforms. We appreciate you. David Bell from Benton Harbor, Michigan, who also promotes all of the platforms. We appreciate you. Our brother in the work, Josh Tovar, Principal Josh Tovar. We appreciate you. Stacy L. Joy, we appreciate you and congratulations on your retirement.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and also, let's see who we got. September Devance Vance Daniels, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Dr. Melissa Jones Chunu, we appreciate you. The GOAT, Principal Kafele, we appreciate you. And thank you for the shout out during the SCASA conference. Tammy, if you had been there, all of the people was probably saying, "What in the world?" So we got a
what
big
did he
shout
say?
out during after end of his presentation, shouting out the Fantastic Four. So we
I
always
hate I missed
appreciate.
you, Principal Cafele. I just cannot do.
Tammy don't like the big crowds.
No, not that one.
But it was a really good conference. But thank you all for being with us. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we don't take it lightly that you are intentional about being here with us.
Did you shout out Taylor Williams?
Oh, and Taylor Williams, thank you for joining us. I'm
Okay,
sorry I missed that one.
that's okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I am so glad that you enjoyed it. I knew Principal Cafele was going to be incredible. I hate I missed him. So I'm really looking forward to the Leadership Academy next month. I can't wait. Um,
Absolutely. So Tammy's
well,
going to get us started.
yes, we're going to start. And we're starting because, as I said before, what we're talking about today is super important because it impacts every area of what we do in the work. And just think about, like, have you ever walked into a meeting where you know that you're walking into a very talented team? Everybody on the team is talented, but at the end of the meeting, nothing is accomplished.
Mm.
Or have you been in a POC where everyone is on board? We all agree about what we're going to do moving forward. And you think that you have a beautiful plan to move forward with. But as soon as you leave the meeting, nothing in the work changes once everybody is back in their respective spots.
Absolutely. And this is what Tammy and I have learned. A lot of people think that that's due to capacity or that the problem is capability, but the problem really is collaboration. And collaboration doesn't just happen because you put multiple people in the same room, in the same school, on the same team. That doesn't just happen by chance. So it really only happens well when people understand how they work together. So, the first point that we're going to be talking about this morning is a team is more than just a group of people. And just like I said, just because people are in the same building, it doesn't mean that they're going to function as a team. Real teams have a shared purpose, they have a shared language. That came up at the conference as well. They have shared expectations, shared accountability, and without those things, you simply have individuals working beside one another, but not necessarily together.
And you know what? When you are a person who understands early childhood and you know about early learning, this is what you call parallel play with children. Everybody's
Mm,
playing and we're all there together, but everybody's doing their own thing. And we have to be able to move beyond that because if you don't, as Shika said, the collaborative point of what you're trying to do never gets made. And one thing that I've done at my school to encourage teams to congeal and to create the kind of synergy that's necessary to function as a high level team is at the end of each school year, I crown a grade level team. And what that grade level team is based on is what she could just told you. These are individuals who work together with a shared purpose. They have a shared language that they use. The expectations are one for the group. And all of those folks share accountability for the children at their grade. So the question isn't, do we have a leadership team? The question has to be, are we functioning like one? Because if we go on to the second point we want to leave with you all, awareness is what's missing. The missing ingredient is awareness because many schools invest in curriculum, many schools invest in technology, many schools invest in initiatives, but very few, and I will repeat that, very few invest in helping people to understand one another. They don't see the significance and they think that they are wasting money when you invest in trying to help people to understand and become teams. But what they don't understand is really you're costing yourself money because in the long run, if your folks can't work together, you're never going to accomplish anything at a high level.
Absolutely, Tammy. You have hit the nail on the head with that one. And then we also want you to think about how much conflict could be prevented if we understood communication preferences, personality styles, emotional triggers, decision making styles, our strengths, our stress responses. And that's what the Synergy Lab is all about. And I always, when I go talk to students about college and career readiness, I always tell them that the number one reason people get fired is not because they do not know how to do their job. It's not because they're not competent. It's because they can't get along with people. And when you don't have people who are in charge of making major decisions, understand that in order for you to do well, we always say we're in the people business before we're in any other business. If you do not invest in your people, it's going to show.
It will.
So the next point that we're making, point 3, why teams break down. So teams often struggle because they make assumptions instead of seeking understanding. And sometimes we do this in our personal relationships. Oh, they're not talking this morning, they mad about something. Not that, you got something on your mind or, something else is going on, but making assumptions instead of seeking understanding, asking questions. Hey, you're pretty quiet this morning. What's going on? One team member wants details, another wants actions, one values relationships, another is intrinsic, motivated, and it values their own space the most. Another values efficiency, and one process is allowed while another person may need quiet time to think.
Yeah. And what we have to learn how to do is to appreciate the differences because instead of appreciating differences, what we end up doing is labeling them. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, she's so difficult to work with. Oh, I have never seen anybody that negative before. She is so emotional. Like, oh God, we really don't want her on this team because she's too controlling. She wants to take over. She has that take over spirit and she's going to take over the group. We needed to put her off this team because we can't handle her. But what if all of those labels are simply misunderstandings? And I could tell you this from experience. People misunderstand me a lot. Because I'm a very thoughtful person. Like I'm not a person who processes out loud. Now, you may just assume that I'm not with you because I'm not saying anything, but chances are I'm ahead of you because I have already thought this through very, very carefully. So, what you have to be is willing to understand the differences that, as Sheikah stated before, people have when they're dealing with not just information, but one another. You cannot just immediately go to labeling someone. You have to try at least to understand where that individual is coming from.
Absolutely, Tammy. And there's strength in differences, but a lot of people hire for, do they fit into the culture or what we've already built here? And that might even be toxic, when we're really pulling back the onion and looking at it. So, point four, every week, we always align to the real framework. So the real framework definitely builds collaboration. And the first thing that we look at is that respect. So, valuing different perspectives before expecting agreement. That's something that a lot of times has to be taught for people to know how to do that. And sometimes people don't realize that they're not doing that. Excellence means that we're leveraging everyone's strengths to improve outcomes. So if you don't even know what people's strengths are, how will you leverage them? That accountability, own your role while supporting your team. You can do what you need to do and still support as well. Like Tammy talked about, we don't have to do this parallel adult play all day as we are working. Literacy means that we learn how your teammate communicates, how they think, and how they contribute. I feel like I always say that I think that the highest form of love is consideration. When you've
Hmm.
considered how someone else does something, it makes you move differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then leadership, create environments where everyone feels safe to contribute.
I love that consideration. And we need to really make that a question that we ask ourselves when we're making decisions, when we're responding to people. Is this the way that I show people that I do know how to operate with consideration? And then for us, what we want to leave you with in this particular from the framework is that when you are working with a team that practices real trust grows, communication improves, and you see that results begin to follow. You see that things start shifting, and there is evidence that teams are working together in this place. There's synergy in the work that we're doing. So let's talk about that. Point five, we're going to talk about today is from teamwork to synergy, because there's a difference even between teamwork and synergy. Teamwork does mean that we are working together. Yes, we're working together. But when you have synergy with your team, that means that we become better because of the work that we're doing together. Synergy creates that vibe that we can thrive in.
Oh, I love that, Tammy. And this is why we call what we cultivate the Synergy Lab, because the Synergy Lab is something where we grow these things. So our experience doesn't just help people understand themselves, it helps the entire school develop a shared language, which is so important. You would not believe how many different definitions people have for different things. And if you all are not singing from the same sheet of music, it's going to sound like a mess, that the band is really off key. So you really
Yes.
have to make sure that everyone is speaking the same language, and language that transforms helps in faculty meetings, PLC conversations, leadership retreats, MTSS meetings, parental interactions. Even the parents know what you're talking about when you're saying certain things. And most importantly, our student relationships as well. So when awareness increases, that conflict decreases. When we're teaching children how to have that consideration as well, a lot of these pity pat things that we have going on throughout the day that takes up a whole lot of your time will go away. Engagement will increase because now teachers are considering who's in front of them as they're planning their lessons, how they're going to receive certain things, how to connect it to that background knowledge. And then people begin to work smarter and not harder.
For sure. Because one thing that's for certain is we don't have time to waste. None of us. And until we can get ourselves to the place where we are, as Shika mentioned before, operating, and this is something I used to tell my folks all the time: one band, one sound. We if we're not one band with one sound, guess what? That sounds like chaos and that sounds horrific. We don't want to present in that way. So when you're operating one band, one sound, you know that there's harmony and there is that synergy that we've been talking about this morning. Because one thing for sure, collaboration is not just built upon agreement. Yes, there is some agreement that goes with having collaborative teams come together around a certain central idea, but really collaboration is built more on understanding and respecting and appreciating one another.
Absolutely, Tammy. And in our Principal Cafe style, get your mirrors out. We always leave you with the reflection question because we have learned from the GOAT. Think about your leadership team or your PLC. What's one thing that would improve if everyone understood one another better?
Yes, and for us, looking in that mirror will make us better at what we're doing. And we want to leave you again with, if your school, your district, or your organization is ready to strengthen communication, to improve your collaboration, to reduce conflict and build high performing teams, we would love to partner with you. So just ask. Create and Educate presents Synergy Lab, our interactive experiences, and they include my secret sauce, my crown, my seat at the table, my vibe, boots on the ground. Everyone has mental health, emotional trigger awareness, and each one of these experiences can be customized for your school with your school mascot, your district organization, or conference theme. So, creating an engaging experience that participants can remember long, long, long after the training ends is our goal. All you need to do is visit us at www.createandeducate.solutions and then complete our contact form and write Synergy Lab for us so that we know that you are interested in that work. So we once again are coming to a close and excited about moving on to Principal Kafele in just a few minutes. But we want you to know that as your resilience doctors, we are here to help you to create and to educate so that you can thrive.
Absolutely. And we hope that you have a real amazing Super Saturday. Tune in to Principal Cafe next. He has great guests that have been on before. I love their synergy that they had the last time. I think it's a principal and an assistant principal together. So tune in to him next in the AP and New Principals Academy. And then on Sunday, tune in to Principal Josh Tovar and Dr. Marty Moreno in the PGP podcast. Josh, I didn't get to win a hat last time, so I'm going to try to win me a hat Sunday. And then right back here on Super Saturday, starting off with Principal Sean Hurt, our data guru, and then yours truly, Create and Educate, where we're helping you get that synergy so you can get all the improvement that you would like to have at your school. And last but not least on Super Saturday is the GOAT, Principal Kafele in the AP and New Principals Academy. So as Tammy said, we hope that you all have a real amazing Super Saturday.